All right. So it is Saturday, the 29th. This is Susan Sheppard's Augmented Reality. Well, let's what happens. Well, let's what happens. Let's what happens. Like we have a saying it. You got other people live, and it's like in this amazing. Let me turn on the other. Well, that's it's gonna close itself. I don't know how to go live on two things at the same time because currently the my Facebook, I have to have 1,000 followers. So I don't know what's happening here with my augmented reality. That instead of finding ways to help me, all the things I've invested in. I mean, I helped with writing the script for when the release date was when Mark Zuckerberg wrote that whole thing about the stocks, and it was about donating to charity. Um Making sure that me as a person in the background of Facebook as a coder and as somebody who's invested in Facebook. And so I'm asking for help from Mark Zuckerberg now. I need you to reach out to me. I need to figure out this social media situation with my page because I paid like $1,000. It's like $900, and that didn't do much. And I don't know. It wasn't directly to you. It was a third party. Make that clear. Now, the direct payments for my story also hasn't been um, going towards showing like it's supposed to. I keep hearing that the Latter-day Saints, that my brother and family members have taken my money, and instead of letting it go live in my movie, my augmented reality, that they're talking right now while I'm talking live on the network. Um, the fact that me attempting to find out some attorneys to help represent me as I continue to have to script live of the new concept here in America of hostel, Hostel. It's in between the situation of being able to rent a bedroom or a house. And the idea that as a host, what that includes and how to go about that, especially when here in the state of Florida, which I'm now a permanent resident. I'm not in Colorado currently. And yes, I have properties in my name. I understand that. I also understand that I have properties in all the states. So, I mean, why do we need to go into that? But I do know that in the real estate market, in the system, that the most expensive houses are in my social security number. And the people who are helping me script my story need to understand that $100 billion of slush fund money that, and Wells Fargo, since I was 16 years old, before I was 16, and you took over a different bank. My mom has passed away. I'm full beneficiary. And in America, I'm attempting to figure out how to survive and thrive like everyone else. But the fact that I haven't been able to give my children their inheritance, I haven't been able to get it properly as it technology since the 70s. So, as a toy and a doll, a part of experimentation here in America, where they use my genetics towards cures, and to know and listen to and know that you continue to do whatever in the medical industry without real representation of the full story. So, since this is my augmented reality, and I am Susan Sheppard, and I continue to fight for my money that's tied up in all these investigations for 48 years. And at this stage, now that my mom passed away, it is all mine. So now I get to have a say. So if all I'm going to keep hearing about is another attorney that's been keeping track of my property, or other people who now claim they want to get a hold of me and keep my money, when once again yesterday it was scripted that the people in my movie that as the money that goes into the system to pay for things was supposed to be in your story, that's my story that you're in, if you're getting this message, was once again $11,111.11, because they want these in betweens, so that way they can decide what they're going to do with 10 cents. It's 11. Where you're missing a cent already when all of it was all ones. So I literally have somebody on the wire right now as I'm speaking. You ever think about how your mind just like, you're like, what happened? I just got writer's block. And you're like, wait a second, is that what's really happening? When you look at your watch, who is it that's reading the time? And you're like, wait a second. Okay. Really? Okay. We can just always say it's 11:11 or 1:11. I mean, who needs a watch? Tick tock, tick tock. What was that? Okay. All right. So I went shopping once again, since I'm now producing my own movie, since you claim that you killed my producer. And once again, I must state that I didn't authorize Latter-day Saints to take my money to produce my movie. And currently, there's nobody in Hollywood that has reached out to me with a proper business contract. And I'm scripting once again that Biden and Trump, that I understand you just had a debate, that my money that's owed to me, that I want things done, and I want you to represent and tell me what you're willing to back up and help me with. Because what I would rather do is spend time hearing about how the money's going to be spent properly and to fix what's scripted. It's already scripted. I just need people to take credit and make sure that it gets done and it has follow through. Because right now, I'm having a problem knowing how the Starbucks money and point system's working. And when I ask people to do something, or I'm getting offers of people willing to help me, I need to know how. How are they going to get paid, and how are we doing this? Because they have so much money in this system, and knowing that it's tied to my Social Security number and my augmented reality. And currently I went to the store because representing all these products, and my money goes to pay for is the stocks and branding. I am at the very top of the food chain when it comes to Hollywood. That's who I am. So the idea that I'm in a house that's a hostel here in America that has these themed rooms, and part of that is attempting to figure out how do we create these themed rooms, make it so it's a home away from home, even more on an upgraded scale, that as you come, you have a golden ticket for what I'm scripting is, and I'm supposed to be scripting, is Airbnb, an experience through Airbnb. And knowing that I'm asking for is that when people come, they know where they're going, what they're doing. They're coming here from all over the world. And especially Americans, they're here working and they haven't gone to Disney. And then you find out they haven't even had Taco Bell, and you're like, I just spent $73 on Taco Bell yesterday. So that people who haven't had Taco Bell could taste what a Baja Blast tastes like. Talked about how I used to, in high school, leave high school during lunch and have Taco Bell or Subway. How I've asked for Subway to be a gluten-free restaurant. At this stage, being that I have on a TV from Monterey Bay, which is one of the money also invested in one of the hotels. And to know that I literally am over the system that's supposed to be fixing everything. And all I keep hearing about is how you go around in circles. But you must understand, having gold in my Social Security number, one statue of 250 tons worth of gold, just one statue makes me the richest woman in the world. So what needs to happen is we put in the system people's tithing, people's child support, the money you've invested in the system. And what we need to do is find the right people who want everybody to survive, and not just survive, thrive. We're done surviving. the idea that I'm still asking for, once again, and it's now getting close to 4th of July. We want to have a good Independence Day. Let's make it where things are real. I hear that today, that Comcast, thank you, Comcast, is working out to deal with these phones, and that there was somebody that was able to get a phone. So I asked whether they were able to get digital currency, and it sounds like Bitcoin. So I do hope that you follow through and make sure and ensure that this digital currency gets moved around. I'm still waiting to see on my app under Uber Eats, so that way I have asked for Airbnb to automatically paid for through my Uber Eats. You keep scripting all these things, and I keep waiting for it to happen. So if you're going to keep being on my property, you are on my property. Do you understand you're trespassing if you're talking in my mind right now? And you are. It is so disrespectful here in America to know that live on the wire, when I speak, it goes all around the world. And that we have currently people who believe that they're so much more valuable than humanity. Now, once again, the fact that they want to take credit for killing my children is sick. They're demented. The fact that while I'm speaking and other people are speaking, you are taking their voices away. The fact that you claim that you're medical professionals and you're impersonating the United States government. The fact that you want to blame me and guilt trip me or anybody in your mind, and then want people to believe that they're crazy. When the idea that you just keep claiming, I've done this my whole life, I'm going to keep doing it, I'm never going to do anything right, and then you hear it in the music. I do not agree to be worn, or they call it wearing, by devil people who drink your blood and call themselves vampires. Like, I don't want to sit here and talk about this script that you're wanting me to script right now. But this morning, for the first time ever, we're back to the script that I've avoided for many years. I was on camera, which I've had on video, about I am not your dog, I'm not your pet. And then now today I'm like, okay, so now we're into whatever film, it's some cartoon, who knows which script this is going into. So I'm like, okay, well then I guess that's why I had to pick up some fur. What kind of fur is this? I don't know. Anyway, it's black, like my life right now. Drink some liquid death. I don't know, guys. All I know is talking about listening to death, 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 and people bragging about it. It's pretty sick and demented. So, cheers to the right people dying, because I'd like you to, die for just, we want to murder people day and night. You're sick. So if that's what it takes, is to see me on camera drinking whatever I'm drinking and my product reimbursements of whatever it is that I'm drinking, I cheers to the people who want to be alive. Because those with a suicide pact and play the suicide game so they can murder people, hold people hostage, and know that they've been doing this for 48 years. Half of Americans are dead. And it's about time that America exposes the truth of what's really happening. Live on the network, this is Susan Sheppard, Susie Q. Shep, Diamonds in the Sky, which those are the tags. And you're right, I have no memory of so much. So little I remember. And you are on my property scripting what goes into my mind and into my story that goes into your story, because I'm at the very top of the food chain. And because they couldn't give me a system, they claimed, to access the money direct, or it would be insider trading. So once again, I did get a hold of the Federal Trade Commission, and I did make sure, and they do send me messages so that way I can know that you are dealing with these banks. They are aware that I'm owed so much money that now we can turn around and redisperse back out. So what is going to happen is I need a team of attorneys, or a representation of an attorney that's going to change things and do something, because I hear about all these attorneys who are taking my money, but you're not on my side and you're taking my money. You need to have a business agreement with me, not fake identities of me. I am the real Susan Sheppard. I am Susie Q Shep on Instagram. You'll find me there, which I can't log in still because there isn't the identity direct, which I keep scripting what needs to change. So since family members were able to, or somebody who's fake being me, has logged into my Google Drive, erased many years of my pictures, claiming that you did the same thing to my daughter as a photographer, knowing that you keep continuing to talk while I'm talking. Do you understand? Mitt Romney, is that right? You understand you're on camera right now as a walking projector. And they're claiming right now, there's people screaming and yelling that you are Mitt Romney. And how disgusting and rude is that? Well, that's the word they're using, is disgusting. They say that you're disgusting. I can only keep repeating what other people are saying. But I'll tell you this. From the moment that I am now going live and letting you know that I'm going to do everything I can so nobody qualifies for any benefits in America. The United States of America is a corrupted system that needs to be fixed. If you want to compare all around the world, I don't want to bother comparing. I just want it fixed. And we've scripted what needs to be fixed. But if you think that because you're a Latter-day Saint, that you get a free ride, it's not going to happen anymore. You're the one scripting Mitt Romney. I'm not scripting it. Somebody else is. So why don't you get to the bottom of that? You get your team of attorneys, because you're going to need it. Because if you've stolen from me, which they claim you have, and you want to keep threatening my life, saying that you're Mitt Romney, then I guess you better decide, people. Because I think Americans and people around the world would rather have real people. So since I'm putting this live on YouTube, then I guess you need to get back to me where it is live. So all these witnesses can know the truth. Because all I care about is fixing the system so that way we have protection in America. Because ever since my mom died, all I hear about is how people want me dead for all this money that I'm currently haven't even touched a penny of it. How sick is that? I'm literally still using my real estate money and have all this money tied up. It's just wrong. It's really an embarrassment to the United States of America. Not only that, while I was having a conversation yesterday, there's people talking about how you hurt my daughter, how you killed my daughter. I mean, well, people are listening live on the wire through In Your Mind technology around the world, and here you are bragging. And then you spend all night talking about how it's my fault when I have called the White House twice. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, which I know all has to be involved. I know this is as part of the CIA. So how could it be that my children end up dying? Then it will be an embarrassment to the United States of America. Now, this is the Central Intelligence Agency network that I'm on. This is a spy network that the Latter-day Saints, you want to claim that you're taking it over. This is my augmented reality. This is the experimentation that I'm in. I will not let you take credit and 100% of everybody's money. And I'm not going to authorize you to take my money to build more temples. You stole the money. My mother knew that you were filling planes with my money. But to let people come on my property and harm my children is what you're claiming. Well, I'm over here renting from an Airbnb, scripting hotels and still scripting our live movie that I have to continue scripting. The products, Juicy Couture for a queen, a full queen. Scripting Aeropostale pillows, throw pillows, and some other brands. But yesterday it was Guess. Wallets, a way to hold your phone. Statues. There's this peace statue and a hand statue, and boxes to put things in. Anything from a throw to, the details that when you come, and sunglasses. They were saying they wanted Ray-Bans, and I'm like, okay, work it out then. It's supposed to go directly to these properties, directly as us as the product. But after already filling a whole car with stuff, I'm not going to take the time to go buy Ray-Bans. But it's nice that I saw them in the case at Ross. But I will tell you this. You give the people their money so that way there isn't where you go and wait an hour at Taco Bell. Because, I mean, I love Taco Bell. It's terrific. $73. It was yesterday to give out tacos and, Baja Blast. And, all right, all right, cheers. I'm just going to keep putting it live because apparently I can't get you to stop being sick and disgusting while I talk. So I'm just going to keep talking because then this way the United States government has to review it. And the fact that you want to brag that you can impersonate medical professionals, you can impersonate military, and you believe that the Latter-day Saints or whoever's pretending to be Latter-day Saints can continue to talk while other people are talking. I did not give you permission to wear me. In fact, I was told that if I drank, which hasn't mattered, which this is just bury it alive. Let's see, natural sparkling water. Yeah, the liquid death, which is just a sparkling water. Well, it is all about the water frequency too, which I was sharing about last night, the secret, and about what the bleep do you know, and the theory of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But then you have people, of course, once again today, talking about how they didn't like what I said or this, that. And you must understand that when you give me freedom to speak and it isn't what you're wanting me to say, then it's something scripted from back in time when we went back in time listening to Cher and the network of how it's intermixed between entertainment industry and the United States of America and how our government does things. But to say that anybody and everybody who knows how things work are not allowed to speak and that there's non-disclosure agreements or classified, making it impossible to share, needs to stop. Because at this point, I got the message that there's updates on about Trump and the classified, which it's my testimony, which I have already put on record, for the record, and always recording. But I will once again, that there's no way when it's been infiltrated by the Latter-day Saints, who the Salt Lake City temples are right next to and on the property of what building? Social Security Administration is in Utah, which they claim all of your money. There's no doubt about it right now. Because from the moment my mom died, you haven't given me my money. You cannot continue to keep all of the money. A religious organization cannot be owned and own everything. No, you cannot. This is my augmented reality. I'm asking for the attorneys that deal with augmented realities, that know the rules. Because it's very clear in the rules that you're not allowed to come on my property, talk and take away my voice, my hearing, mess with my eyesight, mess with the sound of my voice, turn my hearing on and off, and say and do disgusting things and want to pretend to be me and represent me. I do not allow you to represent me. I have asked for protection for me and my children. And the idea that you're claiming, and you've had me claim, that there must not be a witness protection program currently, as I called and told the FBI I need witness protection. Because you guys have made it where I had to hire somebody who used to be CIA. And once you're CIA, you're tagged, you're always CIA. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter to me. So now what? That's the next question. As I'm listening live on the wire to all your commenting. And I do want my money so that I could change the world. So all these people who are claiming that they wouldn't like me means they don't know who I am. I have given 100% for 48 years, 100% all in. Traveled the world, traveled the whole United States. And all I've ever done is given 100% of anything I can think of to do. And whatever it is in my mind at that moment that I can do. And collecting my thoughts of what's happening. And what I do know is, as we're live scripting our own movies, we're living in a live scripted movie. And so until you can understand how it works and we get people to explain how it works, it's not just what you drink, it's who you are and the frequency of thought. And I believe also who's in your mind, who's on your property, who's in your world, who's on the network of your life. Go ahead. You want to speak? I would like you to go live. Why can't you, through YouTube right now, the people speaking, go live? The amount of money I have spent, invested, and the amount of money I have in YouTube money, why can't you go live with you talking right now? The people, every person who talks over me should have to go live while I'm talking. I should be able to see your face right now. This is criminal to know that you're speaking for me, you're pretending to be me, and you're talking for me. And I'm just telling you once again, now I'm hearing male voices. You cannot run a spy network where all these people in the know that it exists and to continue gaslighting and pretending that this network doesn't exist. I posted on my YouTube, UCH Health. Too bad you're showing all these wires and everything else, but I'm sure it's like, you know, Oculus and all those other things as they slowly upgrade. But hopefully one day soon, all the right people will tell the truth, how this really all works. Being worn, it's wearing, you're wearing me. Now, this is the bedroom with a tub, and the script was when I buy something, it goes out and has to be rebought for the different properties. But the amount of properties that have been ruined because somebody came in and put green and a nasty yellow and orange and colors that I can't stand. And looking at these mansions that instead of black and gold and silver and platinum, diamonds, crystals, making it beautiful. You let some people sit here and take credit for going into the system and turning things to colors that are so gross and disgusting is the wording, that you want people now to be paid to go back and refix after spending all this money on it all. So I guess that's why we got ourselves some throws. Because at this time, it's better just to have some nice blankets around and just to lay around and relax. Because if you think I'm going to now deal with anything other than fixing the system like I always have, but to keep claiming that it's only going to go for one person or only certain people. Now, we're scripting character. The character that you are. You make a difference, you get the points, and however it works out, you get help. You help, I help, you help, we all help each other. Just every little bit adds up. But you got to make sure and ensure you have a system that has follow through. Because to sit here and listen to, you continue to talk as I'm talking. Okay. I'll be silent for a minute. We'll just sit here and let's just sit here for a minute in silence. I'll drink my liquid death and see these people who brag about killing, raping, torturing, and murdering and using this technology to torment people. And let's see how many comments we get. Let's see how many people we like the idea that these people pretend that they're not harming people while they sit around and laugh and claim they're never going to stop. They're never going to stop screaming into people who have been dog tagged. That's why the dog tag. That's why the dog. No, I want them all off Social Security. Oh. you're going to use people with technology that's all around the world. You're going to pay. Everyone's going to get paid. That's what I stand for. Well, we're at 30 minutes. And I have to keep clearing my phone because I don't know if it'll upload. So it's live. I'm hoping the message from YouTube here that you're going to work with the system that's happening with when people like me have a problem with my phone uploading, because I have no data. And I know if I'm having this problem, other people are having the same problem. When you're literally attempting to keep deleting things in order to keep sharing. And I have to have a platform to put my videos while I'm attempting to fix my videos. Because to make it where I have no videos and they just are able to just delete them. They've logged in and without true identity, which I have once again for YouTube, given my ID for Florida. So I must end this at the fact that I am a Florida resident, even though I have houses all around the world in my augmented reality of Susan Sheppard. So let's see who's going to stand for truth and justice and fixing things. Till we meet again.